Caters, I know exactly what you're doing right now. You are making a mad dash out the door. It is Friday. You're probably heading over to a bar or to someplace to have dinner with your friends because it is the Friday before Thanksgiving break. So, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope that you are having a wonderful, wonderful evening. And this morning, I had the awesome opportunity to present at the Holiday Hustle live conference. And let me tell you, it was absolutely energizing. Naomi Hall of the Recovering Educator hosted a 2-day virtual conference, and it was life giving because the entire conference was about how to survive the holidays. And, I presented this morning and I was like, why am I not sharing this with my people? So I wanted to go ahead and give you 3 of my best strategies for maintaining mental clarity and wellness, especially in times of severe stress. And we know that as we jump into the spring semester, it can get a little chaotic. When is it not chaotic in education? But that is also one of the reasons I love being an educator, is because our jobs are never boring. Never boring. But they can be quite stressful if we don't know how to manage that stress. Self-care is a buzzword going around right now. And you might hate me for this. Let's go to education church for a second. I don't really like this term. And let me tell you why. Do I believe that we need to be taking care of ourselves? Absolutely. But I also don't want it to be like misused and become this horrible term, because it really has. It's become a negative thing. It's become like a toxic positivity, or it's even become abused. If you know, you know. So I wanted to go ahead and talk about how to move from self-care to self-inspiration. And that is where it's at. So let me give you my 3 big tips. Tip number 1, and this is something that if you watch my show regularly, you know I'm going to talk about it, is get clear with your time. Do you know that statistics show that the average American spends 2 hours a day on social media, just scrolling, not creating, just scrolling? And so I want you to think about that for a second. We always say, we don't have enough time. We don't have enough time. We don't have enough time. But if we are spending 2 hours just scrolling on social media, and let's just take it Monday through Friday through the work week, that's 10 hours. 10 hours that we can get stuff done, be productive, and not feel that stress. But you might be like, Alyssa, I need that time just to decompress. I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm not saying don't ever scroll on social media or have your mindless time, because I do. We all have those moments, but I'm just saying that's 10 hours that we could be productive. Now, when we get clear with our time, we need to be intentional with our schedules. Every Friday. So today, after I get off of here, you know what I'm doing? I'm scheduling my next week hour by hour. And friends, even in the holiday season, I'm scheduling my time hour by hour, because I don't want to be that person having a panic attack on Wednesday because I didn't get my sweet potato pie done. So we schedule our time hour by hour. And educators, we already live our lives class period to class period, so this makes it a little easier. But when you schedule your time, how am I going to spend my time? This hour, this hour, this hour, and this hour. We are much more productive. And I get it. We're in education. Everly's going to pull the fire alarm at some time. Things are going to hit the fan. But when we have a strong and intentional schedule in place, we can see through the chaos. David Goggins, if y'all follow him, oh my gosh, first of all, follow him. He's a hoot. He's awesome. He tells it like it is. But he also talks about the power of having those plans and those schedules, because in the midst, like your life will life. We know that life is going to happen. So we have this plan, we're going, we're swimming along, and shit hits fan. Guess what? I can see through the chaos. I can see through it, and I'm going to be able to live through it a little stronger. Whereas if I don't have a solid plan and I go through that chaos, when I come out on the other end, I'm going to be all over the place. So schedule your time intentionally. And I get it. There are some people that look at this and they're like, that stresses me out, scheduling my schedule. But I want you to give it a few weeks. Try it hour by hour. And then what I want you to do is do a comparison of how productive were you before you did this and how productive were you during this. And I'm going to tell you right now, when you schedule hour by hour, you free up time to really do what you want to go do later. You free up time to not have to grade over the weekend. You free up time to have to not work over the weekend. And that, my friends, is where I want to put you. Step 2, this is the most fun one that I have, is get creative. There is so much power in being creative. And you might be thinking, listen, I'm not a creative person. That's a mindset. Yes, everyone has the opportunity to become creative. Now, creativity is a form of self-expression. Now, to me, that's kind of a loaded, like, what does that mean, self-expression? But I'm going to ask you this question. How much do you express yourself? How many times do you take? How much time during the day, throughout the week, do you take to express yourself? And when we express ourselves, we become clearer on who we are. We feel more satisfied with ourselves. It actually reduces depression and reduces anxiety. So if you are sitting down and you're like, oh, I don't know what to create. Maybe you are someone who enjoys painting, you enjoy quilting, you enjoy cooking, you enjoy writing. Find something that you enjoy. Sometimes I just like to doodle. I just sit here and I draw something pretty. Adult coloring books. They are hot commodity for a very special reason. Being creative reduces stress. So here is how I'm going to challenge you over this holiday week to get creative. I want you to find something that you enjoy doing. I have multiple ways that I enjoy being creative. I enjoy, like I said, writing, drawing, sketching, painting, all these different things. But I want you to get in the habit of doing something creative first thing in the morning. And the reason I say that is because while you sleep, you are thinking. And when you wake up, those thoughts are there. So in that moment, you can pour out your thoughts in a creative way. Again, quilt, create, bake, do something that brings you joy. And I want you to do it for 5 days in a row. As soon as you wake up, 5 minutes. You don't even have to spend a long time doing it. 5 minutes. Because when you are creative, it inspires self-direction and really strengthens that idea that I control my life. No one else controls your life. You, my friends, control your life. You control how you feel. So when you are creative and you have those opportunities to express yourself, you are taking control of your emotions and your life. It also strengthens your daily practice of anything else that you do. It promotes that self-discipline. So get creative, my friends. Step 3, I want you to find your community. Who are your people? And I'm not talking about maybe like your best friends, but I'm talking about someone who challenges your thinking, who helps you grow, who makes you feel better. And this is something I want you to ask yourself. While you're at work and the people you choose to hang out with, do you feel lifted up when you leave them? Do you feel more anxious, more stressed? I've had colleagues whom I do consider dear friends, but when I am with them most of the time, it's a very negative conversation. They're talking about the administration, they're talking about faults in this, the flaws in this, the flaws in this, the flaws in this. And there just comes a time when you're like, I get it. It's flawed. These things I can't control. So why am I going to allow them to control how I feel? I'm not. You choose, my friend, how you feel. You choose it. And so find yourself a community of people who inspire you. I think I have mentioned before, I am president-elect of the Texas Council of Teachers of English Language Arts. And I've been a part of this organization for about seven years. 8 years? I don't know. I've been a part of it for a while. And the moment I started just attending the meetings virtually, or I started going to the conferences, I would leave energized because it was people that I wasn't around every day, but we were very similar in our beliefs about education. And they gave me new ideas, and we were able to talk out things and problem solve. And my mind has been so stretched. And I'm going to tell you, I have become such a stronger teacher and a better human because of my colleagues in TCTELA. So who's that for you? I also have multiple groups on Marco Polo, a group of women and men that we talk on, and it's primarily for business, with my own business and launching it. And we give each other ideas, and we spark conversations, and we get excited about things, and we challenge each other to do some really cool stuff. So who's your community? I joked about this in the conference this morning. I have my ride or die gang. Like, I have my group of ladies. They're my best friends. We actually are in a group text, and we text every single day. I feel like I never miss a beat with them. And I know if I need to go hide a body, they're going to help me. Like, they are my ride or die. And, they might not be educators. Some of them actually are educators, but we lift each other up, but they'll also put me in my place if I need to be put in my place. They'll also call me out, or they'll even tell me, "Ooh, Alyssa, that outfit ain't good." But those are also my people. So I have multiple groups of communities. Who's in your community? And if it is just maybe your coworkers, but those coworkers are always negative, that's not the community for you. Remember, you choose your emotions. You choose who you give your energy to. Do not allow people who are negative and always complaining and always talking about this is bad and this is bad. Well, this needs to be fixed and this needs to be fixed. Your energy will dissipate. Don't give your energy to that. You don't have to be mean, but you also, if you intentionally schedule hour by hour, you can be like, you know what, so-and-so, I love you, but on my hour, I said I was going to go do this. So deuces. I'll see you later. So just a couple of words of, wisdom for the holiday season. Let's finish 2023 strong, stronger than ever. So when we get into 2024, we are feeling it. And this, my friends, these 3 steps, this is self-care. This is self-care. Self-care is not, it is, like, pampering can be self-care, making sure that you're able to do certain things is self-care, but it also can be dangerous because let me tell you why. We have this unhealthy relationship with self-care, as in, hey, it's the weekend. I'm going to care for myself. I'm not doing any work whatsoever. I'm just going to binge watch Netflix. That's a nice day. Not going to lie. I would enjoy one of those days every now and then. But here's the deal. When I go back to work on Monday, I might have gotten a little more sleep, but on Tuesday, I'm going to be right back where I am. I'm going to be stressed out again on Tuesday. That's not self-care. Self-care is putting systems into place where you can truly become more productive, become more creative, and stretch your mind, your thinking, and energize your own soul. So let's move from self care to self inspiration so that we can maintain and sustain the energy that we need to make it through the day. And as always, I will say, do not give energy to things that you cannot control. Don't do it. Don't do it, my friend. We are in this together. We got this. If you have any questions or concerns or comments, leave it in the chat below or just send me a DM. Let's talk. Let me be your community. I would love that. So have a wonderful weekend, my friends, and I will talk to you later.